Well, hey there, my friends. Welcome to my channel, Ink and Whimsy. I'm Laura Daniels, and I'm so glad you've decided to spend a little bit of your day with me. We are going to be creating a double page spread layout, part A and part B, using the Hip Kit Club, A Touch of Whimsy. It is their April 25 Hip Kit Club kit. Oh my gosh. And in each kit now, you actually get a guide with different ideas on how to put some pages together. This is awesome, and I want to do some single page layouts using these, but you could also start with the single page and then simply add your second page for a double page spread. We are going to be using these different ephemera packs. I am going to be scrapbooking a Gramma Nana day, which I'm very excited about. And look at the alphas in this. And this is what I'm going to spell Gramma Nana day. We are going to be using these photos right here. And first page is going to be making bracelets. And this is my granddaughter Diana Rose. This is her Nana. And then the second page is all about the cupcakes and watching a princess movie. So I have two different journaling pieces, and then I have the photo of all three of us. So I'm pretty excited about it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clear all this away. I'm going to kind of give you an idea of how I want to lay out the photos on the double pages, and then we're going to focus on the first one. So give me one sec. Alrighty, so let me give you the general layout and how I want to basically bring these two pages together. So I'm going to be using a flip flap, and that's the little pocket that flips up and down, but I want to have the photo of the three of us on the second page, and it's the story of the blue cupcake. I know, I'm excited to share it with you. And then I have what I want to use in my flip flap here. So there's always the base photo that I have it mounted on white. And then I'm going to have this flip up, so it's going to be like this right here. Okay, so that's that story. And I want to have them so that I have the story and some ephemera on this side, on this corner. This will be a cluster over here. And then on the first page, I'm thinking what I want to do, because this is all about us creating bracelets, which is a funny story within itself. And you see how there's a lot of brown up here? So I'm going to bring the photo down in that top left corner. And then here on the bottom, we are showing our hands with the bracelets we've made, and I want to put the journaling like right here in the middle. So you can see how it's going to come together. I want to have my three clusters, 1, 2, and 3, and then there are some flowers I want to put along here. And then my title is going to start right here, and it's going to finish over on this side. So I'm going to clear this away. We're going to get started. I cannot wait to show you how pretty the cardstock works with the colors of these photos. So I'll be right back. So these are the mats for this photo right here. So I'm going to be using these two, and I've already put some foam tape on the back to give it that extra special lift. Then here are the pieces of cardstock we're going to use to have vertical coming down on either side. And then these are the different pieces of ephemera, and I'm excited to show you what I did with these. So let's get started. My goodness. All right, so first we are going to need to kind of sort these a bit, right? All right, so I think I want this one over here and this larger piece right here. And then with these, I want to bring out, this was a zip trip. Golly, Pete. This was a zip strip, or you can call it the branding strip at the bottom of the 12 by 12. And it just works perfectly right here. And this was also a branding strip, and I cut it straight down the middle. And if you have a real thin piece of cardstock like this, because remember it's only right out to here, lay it on your cutting board and just put a piece of washi tape over the middle once you get it lined up, and it'll keep it straight for you, which is good. We're going to put this one right here, and then this, I'm going to flip it and use this side. So this is my base for this scrapbook page, but down here I want to do some stamping, and I did some preliminary stamping because I wanted to test the color, and what I decided on was the classic Stampin' Pad by Stampin' Up, Pretty in Pink. Look how beautifully it matches. And we are going to use, this is from Lifelong Friends, and I cannot wait to stamp with these two and just color them in, but look how perfect this is to go with this scrapbook page. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm just going to impress the socks out of all of you because I'm actually going to stamp before I glue down all the paper. Oh, because you know. Okay, let's stick that right there. And I'm just having these up here so I have an idea, and then I can move them. All right, so that's going to be right there. Now, I love this. I love this. Let me show you this piece of paper right here. This is this piece of cardstock. And when your eyes actually adjust, you can see the different patterns. So here, I just cut this piece out right here. You can see you just have to do the square. And then I took a gel pen and I just went all on the edges. So if you don't have a sewing machine, look how easily you can do this right here and make it look like it has stitching. So I did it as if I was literally putting it under my sewing machine, and I did the white gel pen all the way around. Now the one thing I want to do before I set it down is to take this. This is a Tim Holtz, I don't know what you call it, a distresser maybe. And I just want to go over these edges just a little bit so it gives it the look more of fabric that has been cut and quilted. Okay, I'm sure there's a more look like I have it all together and I know what I'm doing with this thing, because right now I look very uncoordinated, but that's okay. You can also use a pair of scissors. So we're just going to kind of turn these up a bit, and I have something for here in the middle, but doesn't that look pretty? All right, the whole reason I did that, because we're going to put this right here, and I need to have an idea of where I want to put this stamp, and I know I want it here and right up here just to be on the left side of the circle. So since I have my plan and I want to do some second generation, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this right here. Let's see if I can get organized here. I love these colors together. All right, let's get the ink pad. Let's open it up. You know, there we go. They do open very easily. I don't want you to get the wrong opinion. All right, so let's do this. And we always test it first. Now, second generation just means you stamp once and then you stamp the second time and it's lighter. And hopefully you don't do that right there. Oh my gosh. Maybe. I don't know why it did that. Oh, that looks better. And see, this is also to show you that you can make a mistake. Oh my word. I am stopping the video, turning over the white, and we're just starting over. You know what that reminds me of? Is when you're a little kid and you go, Mommy, I got something to show you. I've just been practicing for hours doing this and I know how to make it happen and all this other yada, 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 right? So then you go to show Mommy or Daddy and guess what? You can't do it. You've literally spent an hour practicing it. So you have it down to perfection. And then you go to show what you have learned to do. And what happens? All right, well, that's kind of like me right here. So I flipped it over. That's what's so great. And we're going to put this right up here. And let's see if this time it'll come out a little better. You know what's underneath there? Oh my goodness, that was my stand underneath there and it was all wobbly, so we are just fortunate that it all came out good. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's put this up, and we're going to put the borders down. So this is the first one. Let's do this. Oh, this is going to look so pretty. I can't wait for you to see it. And guess what this kit is called? A Touch of Whimsy. I forgot to say that when I was first telling you about this kit. I mean, it's like the Hip Kit Club got together with me and they said, Laura, we need to name a kit after you because your channel is so awesome. Now, they've never spoken to me. They probably never even seen my channel, but that makes me feel good. A Touch of Whimsy, because I even say that in my byline when I'm talking to y'all about putting a scrapbook page together. It's a little bit of ink and color and a touch of whimsy. See? There you go. Boy, that was a hard name to come up with, the name for my channel, but I got there. And I love it because I could make cards if I wanted to. It's all with a touch of whimsy. It's my little flair. Y'all know me, those of you that have been following me a while, you know. Now make sure I'm doing the right side. All right. And this comes together rather quickly. And then I'm going to read you the journaling when I have it all together because it's pretty funny. I don't know if any of you have tried making those little bracelets. Let me tell you, girlfriend, there is a definite technique to them and doing them right. And our granddaughter Diana Rose, her Nana, and I, God bless us, we could not figure it out. It was hilarious. And poor Diana, she's looking to us for guidance and we couldn't help her. We were getting all confused ourselves. That was funny. This is so pretty. It's hard, you know, you got to give up one to be able to use the other side. Here we are. We're going to put it right there at the 8 because I want to make sure that I'm seeing this line right here and going up, and I'm not worried about that little bit that shows. I'm not worried about it. Okay, now I want to double mat one photo, and it's this cute one of Diana Rose just being all excited, showing her bracelet to me. She's so good whenever I say, Diana, let Grandma take your picture. And she just puts on the prettiest smile. I had so much fun planning this day for Diana Rose and her Nana. It's a big responsibility planning the Gramma Nana day. All right, here we go. Now see how that has some dimension to it already? I don't want to stick it down. I want to make sure of where I'm going to put it. And then this photo is going to go under this corner right here. But I want to make sure, well, I'm just basically covering that all up. Maybe. We'll see. That's the way life happens. And then this one is going to go down here, I think. And then I want room for this. Okay, so let's kind of get it together. Kind of like that. And this could go right here. All right, now we have our quilted star, and it's going to go about right here. I don't want it looking boxy. See how that looks? And if you turn it just that little bit, and there you go. And I only wanted the stamps on this side. I didn't want, this is a busy scrapbook page. All right, so then I have these letters. Let's just dump all this out. That's just, all right, here we go. These letters came in one of the ephemera kits, and it spelled out fun. I think this was the sticker sheet. Look at this. So I want to put these right here. Okay. And then up here is I'm going to have this cluster. This is going to go up here. All right. So I think I can safely glue some things down. And maybe what I want to do is just move this up a bit. All of this up. So let's put this down first. Okay, I think this will help me. See how that's how I pointed it out before? It's so dark. Okay, we're gonna go right there and make sure it's straight. Y'all probably have a better idea if it's straight. All right, let's peel this one now. I bought this foam sheets. I bought the foam sheets off of Amazon. So here we go. Let's move this. We're going to put it right there. Okay, now we can stick this down. The Gramma Nana Afternoon. Is this straight? Not quite. Gosh. Well, tell you what, that foam tape, me and that piece of foam tape, we just had a wrestling match because I could tell standing back here that it was a little off. So hopefully it's a little better. Oh my gosh. However, once again, I saved you from myself and I put it together. All right, so let's see. We want this right here. Okay, here we go. Now let's stick this pretty quilted, I'm not sure what this diagram is called, but remember, I don't want to have it straight up and down. I want to have it a little bit. We're going to come down here. I kind of like that right there. All right, and then this was one of the squares off of the corner here somewhere, maybe right there, and I put 2 pieces of foam on the back. Again, I took my gel pen and I went around the square, and you could either do it just like this, or I'm going to offset it because I think that looks pretty, like it's quilted on top. All right, now we're going to lay down our letters that say fun, because it really was just such a fun afternoon. Wait till you see the cup. Well, you saw one of the cupcakes, didn't you? I bought those cupcakes at the grocery store. I didn't have to go to a specialty shop or anything. I was real excited with them. And the story about the cupcakes is so funny. All right, but let me tell you the story about making these bracelets. So, I knew it was my responsibility to come up with a fun afternoon for my 5-year-old granddaughter and Nana. So it felt like it was a lot of pressure, but I was quite excited. I go, okay, I can do this. And I went to Michael searching for the perfect afternoon activity, right? Now, everything on there has a different age on it. Everything in all those aisles is saying, this is a fun craft. They're going to love it. And I almost started to get that glazed look on my eyes because I could not figure out what it is that I wanted to do. I know I wanted bracelets, but gosh, they look so complicated. So I saw this woman in the aisle with her daughter, looked around, Diana Rose's age, and I just asked them. I said, da-da-da-da-da, and I showed her the kit I was going to buy. I said, did you like making these? Because they were actually in the aisle where you made bracelets and stuff, right? She goes, oh yeah, that's a lot of fun. It's real easy. I said, now this is easy for 2 grandmas to put together with their granddaughter. Oh yeah, it's real easy. So, all right. I bought the little box with the beads and it had its directions. I go, okay, we can do this. So I get it all set. I got the cupcakes, I got the tablecloth. This is the dining room table where we put the beads together, and then over in the den, we were going to set the table to have the cupcakes and watch the movie. Let me tell you something. Do you see these right here where you're trying to write a word with the squares? And do you know, we're both about in our 60s. I'm 63. Every time we would painstakingly pick out the letters and we would put them on the bead, on the string, right? When we would pull the bracelet up to look at it, we'd have the letters backwards. We'd have the word backwards. It must have taken us 5 times to get the words right. And by the time we finally had it in the right direction, spelled correctly, we were both laughing so hard. Diana Rose was just laughing, not knowing why we were laughing. And she, bless her heart, she didn't try to do a word. She just did, hearts and diamonds and all this stuff. But oh my gosh, It was hilarious. Now, do you see how this is a foam? I don't know what you call it, okay? But there's a lot of pliability with it. So I want to kind of have it framing this down here, because my title is Love This, and I want it to kind of go around. Let's go like this. Go around. So it's looking like a circle. And I want it to say, Love This Gramma Nana Day. So here we have the first page. And the one thing I didn't point out to you is that I added a button with a dimensional on the back on top of this flower, because on the second page there's another flower. All right, so don't go anywhere. Let me read you the journaling, and then you're going to see page 2, the latter part of this week. It was a fun Gramma Nana afternoon filled with cupcakes, princesses, and bracelets. We started the afternoon with pizza, and Diana helped me to set the table. Then I told her I had my first surprise. We were going to make bracelets. Diana Rose absolutely loved all the different colors to choose from. Charlene and I, however, were laughing so hard trying to figure out the darn things, and to be clear, it read 4+ age. We had a dilly of a time trying to figure out how to get the letters to go on in the correct order. Diana also wanted to make Simba a collar, and he dutifully obliged. He looked quite handsome, and that's our cat Simba. He is a Norwegian forest cat. So he had his collar, we had our bracelets, we had a lot of fun. All right, my friends, that's it for today. Tell me if you've ever made one of these bracelets, or if you've ever had a Gramma Nana day. And until we meet again, God bless. Have an incredible day. Bye-bye.